want to talk a little bit about what I'd classify as my manifesto, which is we hate your.com. So this is for all the wonderful things that we build in this room. It may not be quite as loved as what you think by some of your consumers. I'm going to show you why, but also give you some ways that I think that we can fix it. So the big thing that we do is we tend to make these websites, and then we sort of have the impression of if we build it, they will come, right? And what our customers have is they end up with that sort of same bewildered look that Kevin Costner has. And you end up making a really great billboard in the middle of the woods that nobody sees or cares about. But what are your patients, the people that you want to reach, what are they doing online? They're watching Family Guy on Hulu. Your competition isn't a drug in your category or even all pharma products, it's everything else possibly online, which could be this. If you think this is a little bit lowbrow, I know that some of you are also looking at this site as well. 6 million people are looking at this every month, so you don't have to admit it right now. This is your competition, okay? It's not your drug. It's not the drug right next to yours. It's everything else. So what we do and what we make has to be even better. So in case you haven't seen, the web is dead anyway, so we should all just go home. But what the point of this is that people don't have to go to a big portal anymore and look for information. I can simply just open up my iPhone, and if I want news, I go to USA Today app or New York Times app, and I get the information I need, and I'm on my way. So things have changed quite a bit. So over the past few years, what people do online has changed. So 4 or 5 years ago, the most common activity online was porn. I couldn't find a classy enough image to put in here, and I made my IT people really nervous at work, so I just went with this as the image to depict that. I think everybody's happy for that. But it's actually changed. Within the last 3 years, the most popular activity online is actually social media and social networking. So from, of course, the big 500-pound gorilla Facebook and all of its slightly smaller friends, it's changed the way people behave online. And it's created this thing called the like button. Everybody's familiar with the like button? So what is it that people like? And that's a true test of how your content's going to perform. So look at me, now back to the slides, now at the Twitter stream, now back at the slide, now back to me. The videos that were made around this have been seen by millions and millions of people, more so than Obama's inauguration speech. So the question then is, will the Lipitor site, for example, will somebody ever press the like button on there? That's not to pick on Lipitor, they just happen to be the #1 selling drug, and I'm too lazy to look down to number 12. But will anybody ever do this? So maybe I want to share that, okay, yeah, I like Lipitor, but at what point are we asking people to do too much and share a little bit too much in healthcare? Okay, so I like Lipitor. At what point? I find it extremely odd or hard to believe that somebody's going to say, I just want to tell everybody that I really like my herpes medication, so yeah. And then somebody else commenting on it, I can only imagine. Yeah, we're sort of asking people to do that. So the system that we have and how we think about it is a little bit broken. So I want to show you 4 of the biggest problems that I think and 4 of the solutions that come along with them. All right, so problem number 1. He said dramatically. Problem number 1 is this, where we try to get everything on one screen. Like, we've got to get all of our messages in there, and we end up making this, which the only thing that it's missing is a dancing baby animation. Right? But we've gotten it all in there, and we've made it terrible for users to use. Instead, how about we make something that's a utility that does one thing really well? So, for example, sit or squat. If you need to find a public restroom, you want to know the best one where you are, this is where you go. Are you going to use it every single day? No. But when you really need it, you're going to be thankful that you have it. One thing really well. This is sponsored by Charmin, used by millions of people every month. The other thing that we do is we're really bad at targeting. It's sort of like, not quite this bad, but like putting a Polygrip ad during the X Games. This is fake, so nobody panic. But I've seen things equally as bad. But that's what we end up doing with digital as well. So we have our core group of consumers, and we do research, and we find out they really have just started using email. So what do we come up with as an idea for them? Let's have them join our Facebook page. They don't even know what Facebook is. So what we need to do is match what I call digital savviness across a bunch of areas and look at what's it practical for them to actually do, what's it going to be a bridge too far for them to join up. match their online behaviors with what it is that we actually want to accomplish. Number 3 is we make really boring stuff sometimes. There's a 10-minute video on YouTube watching a paint dry, and that's all that it is. And it's probably more viewed than most of the videos made by pharma companies. Look it up. Now, that's not to say that you're going to go out and make OK Go's next video. So their first one, which you probably saw of them on the treadmills, right, for Here We Go Again, it's been viewed 55 million times. So this is their newest one. Just came out in the first week. It's up to 1.5 million views. When I sent this in, it just did come out. So you're not ever going to make this, but you need to start thinking more about entertainment and what your real competition is. And then the final thing that we do really bad is targeting and personalization. So you take my favorite company, Productorama, who they think that they know me, so they're trying to sell me sexy boots and horse feed and vinyl siding. They have no idea. They're just taking a shot. They know I'm a maybe carbon-based life form. On the other hand, contrast that to what Amazon does with very highly targeted information. So based on everything that you've ever bought, gives you recommendations. It's even more sophisticated now, pulls in what your Facebook friends like as well. Figure that, the people you're friends with, you probably like the same things anyway. That's what the personalization that we need to get to. So that's the manifesto. Feel free to go online and rate me however you want. Try not to use the last one. If you want to you can find me down here. I'll be upstairs as well over lunch, so appreciate it. Thanks.